time for YouTube, and I got a serious warning for folks. This is that F-250 frame, and I'm not warning you about that. I acid etched the bottom portion of it. I got to flip it over, do the top. I wanted to have a very serious conversation about something that is killing people. It's a silent, creepy killer, and it's made in China. Pay attention to what I'm going to tell you, because I may be without car insurance again. USAA got pissed off at me because I yelled and screamed. You see, I used to have a landline. One of the slimy things where this started is telemarketers were killing my landline phone, so I got rid of it. I went to a cellular phone, which was basically a basic cellular phone. Okay? This killed a few of my friends. They were good goddamn pilots. What does that have to do with car insurance? Here's the bit part. My other phone I had was just talk and text. And USAA, as soon as they discovered I had a cell phone, they wanted to do everything through the cell phone, AI. Remember that word, AI. Remember who I worked for, what I did? Okay? I worked with the United States Special Forces. I'm an aviation A&P is what they call me. I'm airframe, power plant, and a whole lot more, folks. I'm an educated hillbilly. It's the worst kind of hillbilly. There's hillbillies and then there's educated hillbillies. What I'm telling you here, okay, I got in an argument with State Farm. They had something called Drive and Save, or Save and Drive, some shit like that. Get your discounts. That means putting AI in your automobile. They got some kind of Bluetooth device, which that phone's been screwed up from T-Mobile. 1 minute something works, but one thing I know that phone was doing was fucking tracking me. Because I went to Giant. How was your visit to Giant? How was your visit to Walmart? How does my fucking phone know where I've been? And other people have been talking about this, but here's the larger picture. Okay? Chris and Jimmy Blyler, they were very good friends of mine. They basically, their description was bush pilot. They were pilots. Jimmy, I think he worked for American and Delta at one time. And anyway, they bought a new airplane. Bluetooth ready. Get this one. You hook your cell phone into that aircraft and you have your GPS display. The first time it happened, Jimmy says, Jesus Christ, Dutch, I don't know what the... He says, I ended up over restricted airspace. Now, I forget exactly. I think he was in Nebraska somewhere near some military installation. And according to the GPS, he should have been 25 miles away from this zone that he flew into. And these guys, they worked with me at the DOD. So it wasn't a big joke. I mean, but it was kind of like, you know, slap them on the wrist. I don't think they even got any violations for it. But subsequently, it happened 2 times again. Now, this is just becoming relevant in the new conflict with Russia and Ukraine, that somehow they can change GPS. Okay? Somehow that phone turned the tracking back on. I had to turn it off this morning again after I got off the phone with arguing with Allstate. I called another local, not Allstate, State Farm. I called another local State Farm agent. And I ran that by her because just recently a buddy of mine was down in the basement asking me how to solder a pipe. He wanted to put an outside spigot in to do his sidewalks out front, and he never soldered a pipe, so I was kind of tutoring him on the phone on how to solder a pipe and make sure you heat it all the way around type of shit. It's not our conversation. But he was down in that basement with 3-year-old Samsung appliances, and the next day his old lady is livid. Just about has his shit set out on the porch, even though they're married. I don't know how you do that. What, you throw your husband out and now you're totally defenseless? But she was kind of blaming him because both the washer stopped working and then the dryer stopped working the day after that. Get what I'm going? Now, my sister brought this to my attention a couple years ago. Just maybe 3 years ago. They had 2-year-old appliances. Okay? If this thing is sensing me that I'm near a Walmart, I'm near this store, don't you think it can sense your appliances and blow up your appliances? And then they want to put that technology in my automobile. And it can be used for more nefarious things than that. Suppose somebody needs a truck like mine. They need a truck like mine? Boop, boop, boop. Right in the database, they know where to come get my truck. They even know where it's at. Now, you want to get killed on a military installation? Have something electronic that they detect as hostile turn on in your vehicle with you in it. You might get incinerated like the guy did down at Fort Story there. Now, I think that was more of a terrorist act, but there have been guys killed in their automobiles, and I believe this is the reason. You put any AI technology in anything where it does not function correctly, you cannot rely on this. And GPS came about, another government program, another one of those wonderful DEI things, you know, that diversity and equity. They went to hire fucking stupid people and put them behind the wheels of trucks and tractor trailers that can't even speak English. If you notice on your GPS, it has different languages in there, right? So they could put stupid people behind the wheel. Instead of paying dedicated, skilled professionals, we now have this bunch of boobs on the road that are killing people. Here you go, people. That's your technological field. So, right now I'm calling around for civil rights attorneys because, number one, this is impinging on my civil rights. I have a clean FAA record, no violations. I have a clean driver's license. Why do I need a fucking tracking device in my car to get a discount? You should have a discount just by your driving record alone, no matter how much you drive or where you go. But here's another thing. Suppose this tracking device is sensing you're going, say you have like my buddy that almost got killed, has a girlfriend in a bad neighborhood. Drug dealer lives right next door. You're constantly complaining about him because I had it here. Maybe the cops pull him over, he gets aggressive, he could get shot or killed. Maybe that's what happened with a few of those people. Because this shit is tracking you everywhere you go, and maybe it's tracking you right to that drug dealer's house, but you're in the unit next door. Okay? I have a very serious gripe, and I'm inviting anybody to, if you have an attorney friend that's good, I would love to hear from somebody that was willing to take this bull by the horns and throttle it. Okay? Because your Facebook and all them other fucking dirty cocksuckers are the ones that are behind this stuff. And I hate to swear, but there's so much of this shit that's on top of me. Bad Chinese parts, and now China's screwing with me. I don't want tracking devices in my vehicles. And I may not be able to afford to drive. And the way I talked to some of those people between yesterday and today, I might be without insurance again. But I'll tell you what, nobody's going to blow smoke up my ass. That's what killed my friend. Because he's relying on the information from AI in that fucking aircraft. Now, I want to tell you something. In my younger day, I flew coast to coast countless times. I could do it blindfolded. But now when you're having places you can't fly or different zones you have to stay in, they've recently, over the last 10, 15 years, kind of consolidated the flight lanes. So now you're almost in a jeopardy situation with a bigger or faster aircraft, or maybe you're just taking your time sightseeing at a low altitude and something comes along and kills you. This is where stuff like this is going. It's dangerous, and it's the reason why I still smoke, so I don't strangle Muppets, because everybody's like brain dead. They don't understand what I'm saying, that this is fucking dangerous. Okay, everybody I know is complaining about these new appliances and white goods. They only get 2-3 years out of it. Why? You get near it with your cell phone, and it triggers that circuit board, and there's no more warranty on your appliance. You're keeping China in business, people. And people are too fucking brain dead, too butt-fuck stupid to understand this stuff. Well, I just laid it out to you. And I hope myself for the best, and I hope somebody out there is a good freaking lawyer. I really need one.